Not gonna lie about these, okay? These are my first time wearing these, and I saved them for this video because I wanted it to look aesthetic and cute. I will not lie. So, ooh. Simba wanted to have a guest role. What is up, everyone? I am Lisette Serrano, and as usual, I'm late. I have to be in the city at 1. Actually, I have to be there by 12:30, so about an hour to get there. So, yay! Like, perfect timing to film a YouTube video, am I right? You can tell by the title of this video is gonna be about healing and how it's a lifelong journey. There's never a set point in healing when you're done with healing and you never have to heal ever again. You don't have to put any work into yourself, and you can just stop and it's like, yes, I finished healing, I've accomplished it. I wish that that was the reality, babe. But unfortunately, we do have to continue to grow. We have to continue and learn from each other, okay? Let's say you're healing from a heartbreak, because that seems to be what's resonating with most people. I understand, like, people also grieve as well. So I do want to one day, like, do a whole video about grief. Also, guys, I had to switch my foundation because I ran out of Fenty, and I'm going back to my roots with this Maybelline Fit Me foundation. Low-key, it's not the right color, but I've been able to make it work, oddly enough. Also, if you want to do foundation, get Maybelline Fit Me. I literally used this like in my teenage years, and it always got the job done. I think the only problem is I literally like did not get the right color at all, because I do look a little orange. But I don't know, once you blend it out other powders, like, it doesn't matter. You go through your heartbreak, you're experiencing it, and you're like, oh my god, I don't know how I'm ever gonna get over this specific person, and eventually you do get over it. That's the thing, is you are going to get over, you're gonna get over it, quote unquote. I'm gonna explain. Wow, you're so good at talking, Lisette. You get over that person, but you don't get over the pain that they caused you, okay? And no one is saying you have to. In my video, oh my god, this looks so orange, guys. People sometimes get really overwhelmed when the same person is crossing their mind repeatedly. And I understand how that can be really frustrating. It's like you're thinking about your ex and you're like, please, like, get out of my head. Like, I don't want you to be in my brain. Like, I totally understand that feeling. Being someone who has been through, like, in terms of love, I would say the heartbreaks that I've experienced, like romance love, because I've also had like best friend heartbreaks, which are a whole other thing. But in terms of love, I've experienced like two and a half, I would say 2.5, like, great heartbreaks. And I think it's because the pandemic, one of them happened like at the very beginning of the pandemic, so that was like a whole other thing. But I would say the ones that I really count are like just 2 large heartbreaks that I've had. One happened when I was like 16 or something, and then the other one literally happened last year. So, you know, it had been some time. And, you know, for a while after the most recent heartbreak, I had this frustration. The fact that I wasn't over it. Like, I'd be like, oh my god, like, why the hell is this person like always popping into my head? Like, I've been through heartbreak before, I've experienced it before. And like when I was 16, you know, you're already 16, so everything you're experiencing already feels like the end of the world, and it feels like you're never gonna get over it. So I was like, how the heck was I able to get over that heartbreak and that experience and not this dude that like wasn't even my boyfriend technically? You know what I mean? It was so impossible for me to believe that this person was stuck in my brain. And, you know, I spent a lot of time talking to my therapist about the situation, just like trying to figure out, why is this person in my head? Why is this person in my head? They came into my life at a time where I was grieving. I had lost, at that point, 3 family members in 1 year. I'd lost previous family members in previous years. Lost my best friend in that same year, not to death, like, she just was manipulative. Oh my god, the way I said that, bro, I can't. Through going through that, this person came into my life, and They were sort of my distraction for a little while about everything that I was experiencing in that last year. They came like months into my grieving and like my healing journey. I also didn't have many friends, so I didn't really have anybody to talk to about the situation except my therapist and my sister. So I was literally just dealing with the heartbreak alone. That made that heartbreak so much more difficult to experience, because we have this strange belief nowadays where you have to heal completely on your own. Just the way that our brains are wired and like the psychology of everything, it doesn't make sense for us to heal alone. Like, we have to heal together. And thankfully, I'm like noticing on TikTok, like more people are noticing this and more people are saying like, hey, maybe you don't have to heal 100% on your own. And it's true. Like, okay, I think you do need to spend some time alone, and I don't think you should jump into a new relationship when you just get out of one. In terms of friends, like, babe, you need to have some people around you, I think. And I don't think you need to have a lot of people around you. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all, because really, girl, having a lot of people around you, first of all, you don't know who you can trust, who you can't, you don't know who's real, you don't know who's not. But if you have absolutely no one and you like solely have yourself, it makes the healing journey a lot harder. Sure, you become more disciplined, sure, you become more self-sufficient, but what's the point if you're surrounded by people all the time? Like, you have to learn how to like get along with people, or like talk to people about your problems, because there's people in your life that do want to help you. No matter who you are, I promise you, there is someone that wants to listen to your problems. There is someone out there. And I don't know if this means that like you should try talking to, try like having new friendships, or what's it called, not having new friendships, reviving old ones and like making them stronger. Sometimes that works for people. I think that is what worked for me, is trying to get closer to people who I feel like I drifted from, because in my relationship sometimes I have a tendency to just like completely forget about the people around me, and I've fixed this because I had to learn this lesson several times. I think the universe is like showing me like, girl, please do not distance yourself from everyone when you meet someone new. I think it's just because like me, like anyone else, I get very excited when I'm talking to someone. I'm like, yes. And I don't think that's a problem. Oh my God. There's this tendency also that people are like, you shouldn't get too excited and like you can't be thinking about people like that. I think it's so exciting to be talking to someone. It's like you're sharing such intimate moments with people, you're having conversations, and like me, like, babe, I'm a lover girl, so I'm gonna get very excited when I'm dating someone and seeing someone, and I don't think that that's something that I want to change. But what I do want to change is how I talk to people, and like how just making sure that I don't distance myself when I'm getting this excited about people, because I have to remember who has been there for me, you know what I mean? Way I literally had to do my eyeliner off camera, because that's how I get. This guy struck a chord and a wound in me from years ago, from my other heartbreak. And I would even say, because I'm not even talking about the one when I was 16 years old. Why I say 2.5 is because that half person, the one that happened right before COVID, I was healing about the pandemic, so I wasn't really healing from the heartbreak, because obviously bigger things were at stake. Like, babe, this was around the time where we had no idea what was gonna happen, so I was just like, oh my God, when everything was chaos. And through not resolving that heartbreak and that pain that I had experienced, was significantly harder to get over. His demeanor, like I was sort of getting re-triggered while being in this situation. I was getting re-triggered by something that I had not completely healed from. So that's what I'm saying when I say healing is a lifelong journey. Those wounds are always going to be there, but I think it's how you treat your triggers, how you react to your triggers. I think for healing, making sure that you are consistently reminding yourself when you have a trigger. Someone is reminding you of like a past relationship or a past situation. Tell yourself and take yourself out of the moment and be like, this is literally a trigger. This is something that I have experienced before, and that's why I feel this way. And that doesn't mean saying it's a trigger and then just leaving it be and continuing to stay with that person. I'm saying realizing it's a trigger and then evaluating for yourself where you want to go from there with this relationship. Do you want to continue to pursue this? Is this person like that previous trigger that you're having? Or is it just like in your head? Like, and how you learn all this is like through journaling, through talking to your friends about situations, okay? Like, don't tell the whole world, but like, you know, tell some people that you're close with and be like, hey, I need some guidance. I need some help with this situation that I'm experiencing. Because I think for me, I did save myself a lot of trouble, thankfully, through getting out of my heartbreak relatively early. I don't even think we were talking for like a full month. And like, you know, you guys can watch that video and see why I had such a strong connection to this person. But even though we like weren't talking for that long, it could have been a lot longer had I stayed and had I ignored those triggers. I want you guys to start to, okay, yes, this is like basic advice, is taking people at face value. I want you to start doing that. We have this strange societal belief where we believe that you don't owe anyone anything. I believe you owe people common decency. Okay? Do I believe you should give people the benefit of the doubt? Yes. Do I think you should let people walk all over you when they are consistently showing you who they are time and time again? No. Like, I think you guys have to start seeing people's behavior for what they're showing you in the same way that you want to be heard. You have your personality, you have your identity and who you are and just everything about you. You have all that. You are showing that to people. You're showing people how you want to be perceived. Okay, it's not the other way around. Obviously, people can make up rumors. People can do whatever they want. But at the end of the day, you are in control. You're showing people how you want them to see you. Trust that other people are doing the same thing. So when a guy or a girl or another person is being a jerk to you and showing you that time and time again, showing you that they are inconsistent, showing you that they don't care about you, leave. And don't wait for them to make a huge mistake several times, okay? It only takes one mistake when they are constantly showing you who they are previously, because then is it really one mistake if they've showed you time and time again? People are like, why would you leave that person just for doing this? I remember in my Taurus story time, the thing that triggered me leaving him was when I had a show and he like didn't bring me flowers. He actually left the show early, and it was a show that was like really important to me that I had worked on all summer, and I really wanted him to be there. All it took was him leaving early to show me who he is. You know why? That wasn't like the reason why I left him. It's because it was that on top of the fact that he had shown me this side of him already. He was showing me that he was inconsistent. He started breadcrumbing me. He was doing all these things. He showed me he was not interested. So I was like, okay, you're going to show me who you are. I'm going to show you who I am. I'm going to show you that I am independent, that I don't need you, and that you suck. And you're going to regret it. I'm going to show you this side of me as well, because I owe you that if you're already showing me. Lay all your cards on the table, babe. Like, you're showing me who you are, I'm going to show you who I am real quick. And I'm going to do it so unapologetically. So people, when I was telling the story to my friends, they'd be like, oh, you left him like because of that? I'm like, no. I left him because he showed me he was inconsistent, and that was the one mistake that he made. It wasn't like a one strike and you're out type of deal. It was a one strike for all the previous times in practice that you showed me that you couldn't do it. That kind of ate. I think that's fair, because you're seeing people for what they're showing you and for all of them, okay? Like, I don't see that as you just seeing them as like their actions and they made this one mistake. No, it's like people are showing you what they want to show you. And if they really cared and really did not want to be a jerk and really did not mean to hurt your feelings, they will show you. They won't tell you, they will show you that it was not their intentions and that it was so pure. But me personally, I'm like, how am I supposed to believe that your intentions are pure just because you said so, when you're showing me that they're not. Why can't you just show me that you're kind and that you don't mean or intend to hurt people's feelings? Like, actions truly do speak louder than words. And I'm not saying don't trust people when they tell you stuff, but I'm saying listen to what they tell you and then wait to see if they're actually showing you that. Why I say like, oh, healing, it's lifelong, you don't stop there. It's because your triggers from your exes and from your heartbreak are always going to come back. Just because you don't feel pain every time you see that one person that like you want to get over doesn't mean that what they did to you doesn't hurt you at all or is never going to hurt you ever again. When I was 16, like, sure, I don't feel any sort of emotional connection right now in my life to the person that caused my first heartbreak when I was 16 years old. Like, and do I think it's because of the time? Yeah. And I think it's also because my brain like was not as developed as it is right now when I was 16 years old. And I'm definitely going to feel like this when I'm like 25. I'm going to understand things better, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I don't really remember much of that relationship just because so many other things have happened in my life that there's just not really space for it anymore. And that's sort of what I'm noticing right now with the heartbreak I experienced a year ago, because I still think about this person and I don't think there's anything wrong with that, honestly. Like, that's what I talked about on my TikTok. I'm like, you're allowed to miss people that did you dirty, especially like if you're a kind person and you just like want the best for people. Like, it's like, I'm gonna miss the good times, but I can miss you and understand that those good times are not worth the pain and anxiety that you caused me. Like, it's just not. And when you make those differences and you realize that, it makes heartbreak like a lot easier to deal with. But I know damn well if someone does the same thing again, I'm gonna get re-triggered. But I think there's beauty in re-experiencing things because you have more stamina in how to deal with the mess and how to help yourself, okay? Like, I think I was more equipped with my heartbreak and I knew what not to do this time around. I knew that being the one that's got away and stayed away is truly like the best option with dealing with heartbreak and loving myself. I've been on, you know, a heartbreak journey, I would say. Like, my self-love journey started when I was 16, and then I would say the consistent aspects started when I was 20. I would say like, yeah, 19, 20, that's when I started being consistent with healing and like helping myself and doing things every day to show myself like you are loved, and spending time with the people that really care about me and that want me to be successful. I think, you know, you learn more through experiencing that. There's always the people that really know how to give good advice and that know exactly what to say. It's the people who have experienced the most pain. Like, and people are always like, oh, I wish I was ignorant. I wish like I didn't have to go through this. And like, I wish that I didn't feel this pain. Like, I would much rather feel ignorant and stupid and naive. And it's like, no, believe me, you would not, because then you're not dealing with your issues and eventually it's going to bite you in the ass. Eventually. You might not feel it now, but eventually it's going to. Some other people, if they experience like half of the shit that I've gone through in my personal life, they would literally be like, you know what, I like can't do this. You know what, I don't believe in love anymore. I believe in love so much, guys, so much. I believe in love because my friends always tell me how easy it is to love me, how easy it is to just like have me in their life. And I really don't want to get emotional because we just worked really hard on this makeup. But it's not even just that. Love is everywhere. It truly is in every direction that you look. You can feel it. You feel that love is real. And I know, like, societally, it's like, no, like, he's toxic. And, like, no, like, you can't date any man. You just literally have to just stay with yourself and not feel. I don't want to believe that. I know it's out there for me because it's like, well, how could you not like me? Like, I'm literally so awesome. That's how y'all gotta start seeing yourselves. Like, literally, I look in the mirror and I tell myself, I'm like, how can you not like me? Like, conscience free. That's the thing. I go to bed and this brain, bro, I sleep peacefully knowing damn well I'm not causing harm to anybody. I am not sending negative energy to anybody. I'm literally just doing me. Like, and it's like, I mean, yeah. Yeah, guys, I really wanted to talk about this because I feel like this was just so important to say. And like, you know, anyone who's going through your healing journey, it's forever, babe. Once you get over one person, there's gonna be another person to get over, okay? There's always gonna be something. Even in a relationship, there's gonna be complications. Like, the good cannot exist without the bad, but the thing is that the bad teaches you something. It teaches you a lesson, and it pushes you so that you can get to the good. I think bad times also cause you to appreciate life more and appreciate the beauties in life and appreciate the good times. And truly just know, like, if you're going through a heartbreak, whether it be romantically, whether it be grieving wise, whether it be through a friendship, you're going to get through that heartbreak. But through getting through that heartbreak, you have to make it a habit to love yourself. Loving yourself is very hard. And the people that are hurting people, that are just jumping from relationship to relationship, they're not happy. Like, they're not happy. Maybe they're happy with that person, but they're not happy alone. That's sad. That's sad that you can't be happy on your own and that you need another person to fill you. I love the people around me and I appreciate them. But at the end of the day, like, I know who's going in the casket with me, and it's me. Okay? I know who's been there for me, who hugs me when I'm crying. Like, I trust that. And being able to do that on your own and being able to love yourself, like, that's courageous and that's beautiful. There is no love like the love you give yourself and the love you put out for other people, that energy, okay? So, girlies, I want y'all to go out, spread as much love as possible, spread as much happiness, as much peace, okay? I know it sucks to be the person that people toy with and that people mess with. I get it. But think about how peacefully you're going to bed, babe. You're going peacefully to bed because no, you are not hurting anybody. You're not messing with anybody. And like, those people, I know they're going to bed like, what about that girl that I hurt? What about that girl that I hurt? Oh my God. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go get a girlfriend in like 5 seconds. Like, you know what I mean? So you being able to be alone on your own, self-sufficient, okay, body, okay, Miss Independent, I love you, and you are amazing, and you literally deserve the world. So thanks so much for watching.